A lot of people are going to die.
Don't do this.
Are you ready?
Well, let's talk about the ending. Did
Yeah.
you always have it in your mind that these characters would die? Was that always your plan from way back in the days of Unbreakable?
How I would talk about the ending is saying, I had it in my notes that I thought it should be an opera, a tragic opera. And I did want to end it this way. And I didn't know whether I would be able to pull it off. And by pulling it off, I mean to make this tragic ending or darker ending something light, that it was actually a win. And when I think about the structure of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which is one of my favorite movies, you know, the main character loses their battle and yet wins at the same time because a side character takes up that journey and continues on. And one could even argue the last moments of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is like a superhero emerging, you know? And maybe when I saw it when I was a kid, that's what I was feeling. Wow, this was like an origin story of that Indian.
Right.
You know, and maybe that was always stuck in my head there.
Were you surprised by the fact that your character is the head of the secret society? Whether did that twist surprise you?
It did. He had not told me that that's what was going to happen. So when I read it, I was very surprised, and then also somewhat sad, because I had been such a fan of Unbreakable, and I didn't want to be part of any character's demise or cause anybody any difficulty of any kind, because I loved them all so much. So it was a funny acting challenge to kind of like push all my feelings all the way over so I could do my job and play the character that I had been asked to play.
It's closure. You know, I think, you know, Elijah's not above going on a kamikaze run to prove his point, and he doesn't care how many people he takes down with him.
Was that an emotional day for you, filming that scene?
No, I don't have emotional days on the movie set. Man, come on, kill a character, I'll kill a character. I die too much. You know, I don't take any of it personal. It's all fun. You know, I've been dying since I was a little kid. You know, you go outdoors with your first cat pistol and your friends shoot you. You know, some kids don't like to die. Some kids go, you miss me. I was the kid who liked to die. You know. I bumped from tree to tree, and that was the James Cagney diet. You know, you shoot me, and it might take me 15 minutes to die. Hit a tree over here, hit a tree over there, fall down, get up, stagger against the car, you know, roll over. Nah, so it took me a while to die. I've been dying with for a long time.
The scene with you where James dies in your arms. Talk a little bit about making that scene and what it felt like, sort of watching him pass away.
Well, it's bizarre. Like, even hearing you say James dies in your arms, I'm like, like it was so painful for the two of us to experience that, and it was actually, it's some of my favorite memories of the two of us together, is in between the takes on that and just kind of chatting between the two of us and being like, hey, this is sad, like this hurts, and does it hurt for you too? Yeah, okay, good, I'm not crazy, like this hurts, this is painful. And there's a very real sense of kind of chapter closing. Split was huge for both of us. It completely changed both of our lives, you know, and so just to kind of have that end was special.
And Spencer, for you, I mean, like, your dad dies. What's that like, watching?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting because all of a sudden, you know, after Unbreakable, it didn't seem like this movie was gonna happen. And then to have it, you know, to have this experience, and then it, you know, also for us, both those scenes were films on like the last or the close to the very last day shooting. That was actually Bruce's last shot.
Yeah.
I still had a couple more shots left, but he was done after that. So it was like, it felt like this catharsis, like personally as well, and I don't know, I just like that.
It felt real.
Yeah.
It was weird.
I trusted that scene too, that everything would feel. We didn't rehearse it, and it just like, it felt appropriate having this relationship with Bruce off screen as well, and sort of everything that, at least that chapter of Glass was coming to a close.